is Jay Fries. I'd like to welcome you all back to another video in Tapped in a Closet. So, without further ado, let's see the deck. So, the deck I'm going to be playing today is, once again, Historic. I'm just really liking the format at the moment. And, I saw somebody else playing this list, and it was really interesting because it's Jund Sacrifice. And, Jund Sacrifice is one of the first decks I built in Standard, and so porting it over to Historic kind of just give it a little power boost. In addition to Amonkhet Remastered just coming out, give it another power boost. So run through the cards real quick. Down here at the bottom, we have a little cat combo between Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven. Cauldron Familiar says when it comes into play, each opponent loses a life, you gain a life, and sacrifice a food token, and you can return it from graveyard to the battlefield. Witch's Oven said, tap it, sacrifice a creature, create a food token. So you throw the cat into the oven, make a food, you sacrifice the food, bring back the cat. So for every Witch's Oven, you can cycle the cat one time. So you can block, you can just at the end of the turn, just go ahead and drain your opponent for one, and it kind of gives you a long lasting, you're going to win if they don't stop that ability. Along with it, we got Gilded Goose, who's a 0/2 for 1 with flying. Whenever it comes into play, you create a food token. You can tap it, sacrifice food to get 1 mana of any color. 1 in the green, tap it, create a food token. Priest of Forgotten Gods. It's a 1/2 for 2. Tap it, sacrifice 2 other creatures, and pretty much your opponent will lose 2 life. They have to sacrifice a creature. You gain 2 black mana, and you draw a card. One of my favorite cards of all time, Scavenging Ooze. A 2/2 for 2 for 1 green. So, that's right, 2/2 for 2. 1 and a green is its cost. And for 1 green, you can exile a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature, you can put a +1/+1 counter on it. And you gain a life. So it's really good in creature matchups. So you can just eat your opponent's creatures in the graveyard, make them bigger, gain some life back. But it's also good just against graveyard strategies in general because he doesn't have to just eat creatures out of your opponent's graveyard. He can also eat their spells or their planeswalkers before they get to reanimate them, things like that. Woe Strider is the only true sacrifice outlet. What I mean by that is it just says sacrifice another creature, do a thing. Priest of Forgotten Gods, you have to tap it. Witch's Oven, you gotta tap it. Everything else, you gotta tap it to sacrifice something. Woe Strider is the only thing where you don't. You can just sacrifice something. And it says when it enters the battlefield, it comes along with his little goat buddy, a 0/1 goat token. Sacrifice another creature, scry for 1. And then for 5 mana, you can escape it from a graveyard. So for 5 mana, exile 4 of the cards from a graveyard. You get to reanimate it from a graveyard, put it back into play, and when it comes back to play, it comes back with 2 +1/+1 counters. Bonecrusher Giant. It's a 4/3 for 3, and it says whenever it comes to target spell or abilities, it deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. Plus, also has an adventure side, which means you can cast this as an instant. And you can do Stomp, which says damage can't be prevented this turn, and it deals 2 damage to any target. So you kind of get, you can stomp something, and then you can cast Bonecrusher Giant later on. Mayhem Devil says whenever a player sacrifices the permanent, so you and your opponent, you get to deal 1 damage to any target. One of the new power boosts this deck got from Amonkhet Remastered is Collecting Company. So for 3 and a green, it's instant. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put 2 creature cards that cost 3 or less onto the battlefield. So you can get Mayhem Devil, Bonecrusher Giant, Woe Strider, Ooze, Priest, or you might get one of these 2 little guys down here at the bottom as well. One of the combo aspects of the deck is with Bolas' Citadel. So it's a little expensive for this deck. It's 3 and 3 black, so it's 6 mana legendary artifact. But you can look at the top card of your library. You may play lands and cast spells on top of your library. If you cast spell this way, you pay life instead of mana for it. So pretty much you play it, you can just churn through your deck, just paint a bunch of life, and just get in a bunch of permanents onto the battlefield. And then you can tap Bolas' Citadel, sacrifice 10 non-land permanents, and your opponent loses 10 life. So while it's not bad, what really makes this nice is whenever you combo with Mayhem Devil. So Mayhem Devil will trigger off of all 10 of those sacrifices. So Mayhem Devil will deal 10, Bolas will deal 10, and you just dome your opponent for 20 out of nowhere. As far as lands, the only thing besides your basic mana producing lands is a single Phyrexian Tower. You can tap one, or you can tap it and you just get colorless, or you can tap and sacrifice a creature and you can get 2 black. So it's real nice to kind of ramp out your stuff. You can get Bolas' Citadel out on turn 4. So like if you go turn 1 Goose, turn 2 something else, turn 3 Phyrexian Tower, sacrifice something, Bolas' Citadel, things like that. As far as the sideboard, we have 4 Thoughtseize. I see the main difference I see in these Jund sacrifice lists is some people will not use the cat combo and will instead go Thoughtseize and maybe like Claim the Firstborn, something like that, main board. But Thoughtseize is the best discard spell, probably in close to the entire game. 1 black, target player reveals their hand, choose an online card from it, that player discards a card, you lose 2 life. So it's just an indiscriminate discard spell. You just can't take lands. Claim the Firstborn, gain control of target creature with a converted mana cost 3 or less, untap it, gains haste. So steal your opponent's creatures, hit them with it, and then sacrifice them to one of your mini sacrifice outlets. 4 Abrade, this is just a very versatile card. Deal 3 damage to target creature, or you can destroy an artifact. This is actually really good in the mirror match, because you can use it to destroy the ovens, or the citadels, or kill any of the creatures in the entire deck. An extra Scavenging Ooze, an extra Bolas of Citadel, and in the aggressive matchups, you kind of want to board out of the Citadel plan because you're not going to get there. You're going to be too low on life by the time you finally get it out. And I've seen a lot of people play Jegantha, so whenever you board out Bolas of Citadel, you can pretty much play him as a companion for free. And nothing too fancy, it's just a 5/5 for 5 in this deck. So just a way to get out a big body that you can, kind of clog up the board with against other aggressive creature decks. That's pretty much it. So let's go try some games. So, as I was saying, Jund Sacrifice is one of the first decks I built whenever I got onto Arena. And it's always just been one of my favorites. Jund in general. Jund is red, green, and black. Jund's always been one of my favorite color combinations in this game. Alright. So, I'm going to be on the draw here. Let's see what we get. Alright, and if I had another land, I might keep this, but it's one lander I can't. Alright. Let's put back the tower, and I don't have any green mana, do I? I hate putting back both of the geese. I can't play either one of them. Let's put back the tower, one of the geese. Hopefully I'll be able to draw into a green land. Alright. Go and attack for 1. I'd very happily kill their Paradise Druid. Okay, so our opponent so far is showing green and black. I don't think I'll block here. I'll go ahead and take the 2. Now the question is, which one do I kill? Okay, so we're going off against elves. I guess I just kill the Archdruid. It's going to be really tough if I can't draw any extra lands here. Alright, it's a redraw for him. Another Elvish Visionary. Okay. Lovely. Well, should I save Bonecrusher for... I don't think if I should go ahead and take out Paradise Druid, or if I should just save it for one of their lords. Should probably just save it for one of their lords. I see not having access to green mana is really hurting me this game. Alright, let's block the Visionary. Kill their lord. Ugh. I just need land. Looks like I should have put back the goose and kept the tower. I got my land, but I think it might be too late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Allosaurus Shepherd's just gonna make all their creatures 5/5s, and well, I could activate the priest. Go ahead and kill the shepherd. But I don't think that's gonna do me much. Otherwise, I'm just gonna lose anyway. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They attack me all out. Oh, well, that's gonna just win them the game. Alright. Claim the Firstborns. Take out the Citadels. Put him in as a companion. I gotta say, cut something else. Should I wonder if I should go ahead and bring in the Abrades, taking out the rest of the collected companies. Just becoming a super aggressive deck. Or not aggressive, super controlling deck. I think I like that. Yeah, just being stuck on 2 lands. That was purely my mulligan decision there. I would like to play first. But doesn't help when I don't get any lands. Alright, let's keep this one. Let's put back a cat. Do I just put back both the cats? Scavenging Ooze will be good, but later on, after a bunch of things die. Actually, let me go ahead and put back both the cats, because they might have brought in some graveyard hate. Alright. Deal myself a ton of damage here. Tackle Scavenging Ooze. No blocks, so here's what I'm gonna do. Tap this for a green. Sacrifice his food token. Take out the Allosaurus Rider. Activate my Scoos, eating his guy, gaining a life, and making him a 3/3. Alright. This claim with my Priest of Forgotten Gods is probably going to be game. Depending on if they get something really good here. Collected Company? Oh, Garrick. Okay. So. Let's go and take his Archdruid. Activate the Priest. Archdruid and the Goose. And let's go and take out both the Land of War Elves. Let's go ahead and ting the Garrick just to make sure he can't make another creature. Just in case he blocks. Alright, no block. I'm cool with that. And it looks like I've got this one. Unless he gets some... Okay. Unless they got some crazy collected company to go off. I think for the most part I'm pretty happy with how I sideboarded. Think about if I want that fourth Abrade or not. I think with 3 Bonecrushers and 3 Abrades, that's pretty decent though. 4 Claim the Firstborns. Alright, maybe we can actually keep a more than 5 cards. No removal spells. So I wonder if this is a keep. If I was going in blind, I would definitely keep this. I got lands, I can cast all my spells. I say let's go ahead and keep it. I just hope that the priest can draw me into him. Alright, they're going to have a very explosive turn next turn. Let's go and get my priest out here. I think I'll wait. Let's go ahead and let him go again. Another one. Well then. Once again, not drawing any lands here. Let's go ahead and Cauldron Familiar. Activate the Priest. Trying to draw into something here. Claim. I'm doing really nice before I sacrificed my goose. I'm going to go Woe Strider. Alright, hopefully I can draw some red mana for this Claim the Firstborn. Oh, goodness. A third Archdruid. Okay. So I can cat. Activate the Priest. Sack the Goat and the Cauldron Familiar. Try to find a red land. Oh, another Priest, huh? Alright, well, let's play Scavenging Ooze, a Goose, and another Witch's Oven. And hopefully, I'm going to start to grind my opponent. Should I attack with a Woe Strider? I don't think so. I'm gonna wait. And even though I'm short on lands, I I'm gonna win the grindy game here. Stacking with 2. In that case, don't do that. I think I'm just gonna pass here. I want to keep my Goose. Maybe I'll block with a Scavenging Ooze. Alright, make sure I didn't give it trample whenever you pumped them all up. Alright, now let's go ahead and play the Cauldron Familiar, sacrificing one of these tokens. Alright. And now I'm going to be firmly in the driver's seat here. Claim the Firstborn, taking their last Archdruid. Or should I take the Allosaurus Rider? I think I'll take the Archdruid. Make their creatures smaller. Oh, okay. So look at there, even though I stuck on 2 lands, I was able to use Priest to just continually grind my opponent to pieces. Alright. Pretty good first showing. let's keep it going. So, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I know there's a lot of things you could be doing, but I'd like to thank you for watching my video, spending some time with me. Hopefully, everything's going to run smoothly. I've been having issues with the arena the past week. Okay. Going up against the Black Sheep. I will be on the play. Alright, my opponent is a Yorion deck. I mean, all I really need is creatures. And Collected Company to kind of give me those. I think I'll keep this. I'm going to go ahead and put the tapped. I don't think I need to play it untapped just yet. Alright, so what type of Yorion deck is my opponent? That is the question. Alright. So, they're Esper. That's what I was thinking, but... Well, alright. I get another green. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and collect a company here since I have a second one in my hand. Alright. That was a pretty good collected company. Just remember, folks, just because it's an instant doesn't mean you can't cast it during your turn. Sometimes the best thing to do is just go ahead and cast it while you can. I think I'll just wait. Omen of the Sea, huh? That's fine. So my opponent does. So because they're Esper, I would think that they'd have counter spells. Let's see what they do here. Okay. I think if they're just going to sit on it, so am I. Alright, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attempt to collect a company into turn. Ooh, they top both of those. That wasn't good. Oath of Kaya. Okay. What are you targeting here, opponent? My priest. Activate Woe Strider. A cat. A cat would be good with my 2 ovens over here. I think I'll keep that. And also denies them the life gain as well. It's going to attempt a Collected Company into turn. Alright. Too much value. Okay, so my opponent is a Esper deck. So I think Citadel, Thoughtseizes come in, out go the Bonecrusher Giants, out go the Scavenging Oozes. Is that enough creatures though? That's only 20 creatures. I don't think that's enough for Collected Company. At least all 4 copies anyway. So I think I'm going to bring in 2 Abrades and cut 2 companies. Alright, I still got 20 creatures. Let's try that. Usually in a Collected Company deck you want to keep around, I think it's 25 to 30 creatures. Alright, not too bad. My question is, do I want to Thoughtseize now or Thoughtseize when they put Yorion in their hand? I think I'll wait. Okay, that's fine. Maybe it would have been better just to Thoughtseize that turn. Because now I want to Collect a Company, but I also want to make sure that the coast is clear. Yeah, let's go ahead and Thoughtseize this turn. See what they have. Oof, okay. So they're stuck on lands. Let's go and take their Omen. And hopefully I can beat them down before they start drawing too many lands. Like that right there. I know they don't have anything, but if they draw a land, they can go ahead and drop one of these guys out. So I think the thing is just to wait and hope that they don't draw a counterspell this turn. Teferi, okay. So let's go ahead and Collect a Company while I know they don't have a counterspell. So they've got 2 Woe Striders, or a Woe Strider and a Priest. I think a Woe Strider and a Priest would probably be my best bet. Sack the token. I can bring back the cat. Ugh, another cat. Okay. Well. Did it? Really? It just went through my attack phase. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Hopefully I can draw into something. That's so aggravating. Alright. Thoughtseize. What do you got, opponent? Hmm. Well, I guess I'm taking this. That's probably going to cost me the game. I meant to attack down the Teferi. Now my opponent has 2 Teferis in play. I was drawing a bunch of lands over here. Let's go ahead and attack that Teferi. Alright, so how do I resolve messing up like I just did? That ain't good. Let's go ahead and do this. Going on my familiars back. Well, if this resolves, okay. Sack the familiar. Push this land to the bottom. Another land. Awesome. Alright. Time is snowballing mess ups now because I should have sacrificed the Woe Strider to the oven so I could bring back my cat. Now I'm going to lose both my cat and the Woe Strider. Well, there's another Citadel on top. Alright. I got one more shot at it. Thoughtseize? What you got? Well, stalled out again. Alright. I just can't get any good strains going. I just keep I'm drawing a bunch of lands. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and call this one. That mess up cost me the game there. So it looked like they didn't bring any cages. I might take the braids back out and put back in the collected companies. I'm gonna do that though. I need to adjust some other things too. Maybe take out. Well, no. I don't think 20 is enough to run all these collected companies. Let's cut down to 3. And my other card I'm going to bring in. Let's go ahead and bring in one Abrade. See if being on the play and hopefully not making another mistake can bring us back into this one. Okay, I'll keep this one. Let's put the Abrade on bottom. What do they take is the question. Woe Strider, really? That's interesting. Alright, well, let's see what you have. Narset, Ashiok. It's gonna take the Narset. Stuck on lands again. Alright, let me go ahead and Thoughtseize and take their Ashiok this time. That's fine. Yep, I'll take the Ashiok. Alright. Another Omen of the Sea. My opponent's probably just looking for lands at this point. That was one of the worst draws I could have had. Yeah, go ahead. Alright. I get rid of the Citadel they know about. Well, there's my land finally. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and cast this now. See what I can get. A Goose and a Woe Strider. Alright. Not really nothing I can do with the extra mana. So let's go ahead and go. It didn't give me a chance to... Oh. Shit. No, let's get rid of a token, I guess. Yeah, this game's probably over, but I'll try. Alright, that's fine. Another goose. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this. I don't want y'all to sit here and watch me grind this when I'm gonna more than likely lose. Yep. The second game was completely my fault for clicking through the phases. That one I just couldn't get my lands going fast enough. Well, that's magic though. On to the next one. Flock of Turtles. That's the greatest name ever. Alright. Opponent is taking their time. I guess it's a keep. Alright, so what is my opponent doing? Alright, so some Explore deck maybe. I'll play the Woe Strider. Alright, that's fine. Well, that's not cool. I'm gonna go ahead and let that happen. I can use the goat to block. Try to keep my life total nice and high. I think this turn is definitely going to be a Collected Company turn. Alright. Let's go with Mayhem Devil and a Priest. See what they do. Alright. I really don't want to block, but I want to keep my life total high. So, another Priest. Probably going to play Scavenging Ooze as well. Maybe I should have played the Cauldron Familiar instead. No attacks. Alright, so if they attack again, I might block with Scavenging Ooze. Looks like they're trying to kill it. So yeah, I think I'm going to activate the Priest here. Just to deny them another resource. It kills their creature. Their Murderous Rider fizzles, so they don't get the creature aspect of it. Alright. And then, if all goes well, I can just Citadel next turn. They didn't do anything. Maybe I should keep my life total high and just Citadel next turn. I feel like they have a Collected Company. I don't want to attack into it. Oh. That's fine. I'm okay with that. That's fine as well. What does all this do? Discard a card, put a creature card back. Okay, so let's go ahead and Bolas the Citadel. Mayhem Devil. Land. Scavenging Ooze. 4 damage. Okay, here we go. I want Bonecrusher, Gilded Goose, Cauldron Familiar. Give me a little life back. I'll discard this land. Let's see if my opponent can deal with the advantage that Citadel's giving me. Not by drawing 2 lands, they won't. Alright. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should I do another Collected Company? I think so. That should give me more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna do one more Collected Company just to make sure. Oh yeah, that's okay. Citadel, 3 Mayhem Devils, 40 damage to my opponent's face. Alright, so against this deck, even though Bolas the Citadel did well, I don't think... Maybe, I don't know. So I want the Abrades. I want to Claim the Firstborns. So I could get rid of Citadel. And what else should I get rid of? Maybe Goose. How many creatures I got? 21. Let's cut a collected company as well. So now I'm just full on, just kill everything that you have mode. Alright. And let's cut a land for another Scavenging Ooze. So these creature matchups, Scavenging Ooze, if you can drop them late game with plenty of green mana, can just completely take over the board. So here we go. That's not good enough. That one's okay, I guess. So I could bottom one of these, but I think keeping my lands and bottoming a Woe Strider is the best play here. So I have 2 removal spells and something to actually do. I would love to get a green source, but in order to get these untapped, I'm going to have to get a black source with a Fabled Passage. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and Abrade. Their Wild Growth Walker. Whenever they play one of their creatures that has Explorer, Explorer was a mechanic back from Ixalan. Okay. So, real quick. So Explorer was a mechanic back from Ixalan, and pretty much when you played a creature that had Explorer, you get the top card of your library. If it's a land, you put that land into your hand. If it's anything but a land, you can either put it on top or put it into your graveyard, and that creature gets a +1/+1 counter. So this deck plays a bunch of Explorer creatures, and also Wild Growth Walker, which says whenever creature you control explores, you put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and you gain 3 life. So that's definitely something you want to take care of while it's nice and small. And Bonecrusher. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the Scavenging Ooze before it can get bigger by eating the creatures in the graveyard. And pretty much this is just the plan. Just slowly grind my opponent out. Alright, so Claim the Firstborn, took their Midnight Rider. Yeah, I'll keep that on top. I would like to have a green land. So I used Claim the Firstborn, take their Midnight Rider, attacked them, sacrificed it to Woe Strider. Another Scavenging Ooze. Well, opponent, you're not going to be too happy. Alright. Now they can kill the Woe Strider in response to this. That'll be pretty good for them. But they didn't. Alright. Alright, Woe Strider sacrifice their Ooze. Yeah, maybe I'll keep another Woe Strider. And go ahead and play my own Ooze out here. Well, that guy sure is going to end the game very quickly. It's trample, yep. So let's go and play this Bonecrusher Giant. No attacks. And my Ooze is going to start working on their graveyard. If they attack, I'll just double block. Okay. Actually, they just attack, they're dead. Let's see. So if they was able to bring something back, I would want them to not get the Midnight Rider. Drawing cards is the worst thing they could do right now. Alright. Woe Strider. Cauldron Familiar. So I see. So if I attack, they're actually just dead. Alright. So that was an excellent showing of this deck. In game 1, I was able to pretty much combo them out. And then in game 2, I was able to just grind them out. So let's go back here. Pull the deck back up. So once again, here we are. I really like this deck. As I said, Jund has always been one of my favorite color combinations. Especially this style where it is very grindy, but it also has kind of like that combo aspect of it. So, you know, I can either sit there and I can grind the game out, or if they do tap out, I can just slam down a Citadel and then possibly just end the game right then and there. So, as I was saying, I really, really like this deck. There are a lot of cards that depend on the graveyard, but it's not like the entire deck does. So it kind of uses the graveyard as a resource, and it's not just using the graveyard like for your entire strategy. So if your opponent does get rid of your graveyard, it's not the end of the world. Like I said, it definitely does take away a small aspect of the deck. But you still have Collected Companies, the Citadels can play off the top, and everything else kind of just like coincides, meshes together, and just make this a really fun deck. If you like these type of grindy decks with like a combo finish to it, I would definitely suggest trying this one out. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Hope y'all had a good time. If y'all haven't yet, go ahead and check out my other social media sites. I'm on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, jfries26 on all 3. Go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when my next videos are coming out, comment on some stuff. Every little bit does help. And to thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.